Okay, now.
All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is YouTube. What are y'all doing during this worldly Thanksgiving? Well, I can tell you what Elder Doug is doing. Elder Doug is out deer hunting. And of course, we've had a couple of friends that called us up because, you know, some of the people like taking the antlers and stuff and using them for trophies and stuff. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be butchering this deer. See, it's amazing to me, the mindset in this country right here is that the things that we used to survive on has become a sport in this country. And people literally go hunting simple for the simple fact of just the thrill of the kill, rather than to actually feed and stuff their guts. We got 3 deer in here and 1 of them back there. And don't get me wrong, we thank the Father for the people that call us up and actually give us the deer and stuff. But considering the meat prices today that's going on in this world, and considering especially all the chemicals and everything they put in it, no doubt these deer may have some in it itself, but the chances are they may have a whole lot less in it than what you would have in these so-called processing plants, and by the time they get finished tanking all the food and everything. But hey, today's a good day, especially here. It's just the right weather for hunting. It's very cool in the morning. It's probably like 13, 14 degrees this morning, somewhere along in there. But our young boys, young men that you've seen on the videos before, myself and Elder Doug and Brother Shane, Brother Doug Bell, I'm talking about the older people that's been here a long time. I can't tell you over the years, and I'm not exaggerating either. This is not inflated numbers whatsoever at all. I can guarantee over the year we probably have just probably literally field dressed and butchered over 800 deer just ourselves. I'm talking about just ourselves, easily over 800. And we got another generation coming behind us now that needs the actual experience of actually quartering these deer. And so our young men, when they get out of homeschool today, that's what they're going to be doing. They're going to be dressing these deer. But I'm still amazed at the mindset that it's a sport nowadays. Of course, everything is in this society. They're trying to get more taxes off of it. As a matter of fact, Brother Shane and I, when we was riding down the road, they were talking about what kind of tax was they were talking about, Brother Shane, far as land hunting taxes.
It's like a waiver, landowner's waiver.
Yeah, they talking about now trying to put a landowner's waiver. And is that supposed to be taxable too?
Not that I don't know, right yet.
What I'm getting to and what I'm saying is that every aspect of our lives they're trying to regulate, and that's how you know that it's a communist. Not only communist, but a fascist, so-called quote-unquote free country that they're trying to sell to you while they're regulating us after death. But wisdom would teach that you need to know how to do this. Now, myself, I've killed plenty of deer here on this land. Nowhere near the amount of deer that Elder Doug does. Elder Doug, he's an avid hunter. He loves this stuff. But I've killed plenty of deer since living here, and Elder Doug has killed a whole lot of deer. And we've had people give us a lot of deer, and we have, literally have just about got this deer figured out from head to toe all over the place. But it's something that you need to learn. You really, truly need to learn, because we're not going to be able to go to these stores one day. That's just out. And you need to ask yourself a question, as well as we ask ourselves a question continually here at Straightway. Can we continue to keep trusting the products that they're putting on the shelves out there for our health, our welfare, and our being? I think not. I started to talk this morning and to a few people, and I started thinking, we raise our own chickens, we butcher our own chickens, and of course we position ourselves and done this many, many years ago to position ourselves, to put ourselves in a position to where we can do this. And as a result of making all these different changes in our lives, we do not suffer from the same amount of sickness and diseases that the world does out there. But, it's changes that must be made. So, we probably have butchered, I don't know, probably about 6 cows this year. Is that right, Brother Jamie? How many cows we probably butchered this year?
Probably
8 cows. I was going to say 8 at first, but that's good. But 8 cows. We probably butchered 8 cows, and the majority of them are all black Angus that we actually raised right here on this land ourselves. And we definitely have probably butchered over 600, 700, 800 chickens this year we've raised, and butcher them ourselves. And of course, we have a greenhouse where we raise our own greens. Now, don't get me wrong, we do go out there and we do buy certain products out there, but we're very careful about what we buy out there on the shelves. We try to make sure that the ingredient list is not this long. And so we done the chickens, we done the deer. I haven't killed a turkey in a while. I did a little bit of turkey hunting last year and didn't get anything. I came close, but close is not good enough. I've killed plenty of turkey out here as well. But I guess what I'm saying more than anything is that when you have an opportunity and a chance to learn something, and it's going to be beneficial for you and your family, and it's going to put something in your gut. Our sisters did a lot of canning this year. They did a lot of canning and put stuff back. I think that it's paramount that you start changing your mind and start getting your mind into a survival mode and start learning how to fish, learning how to hunt, learning how to field dress, and then teaching the youth that's coming behind you, because one day I'm going to be old. A lot of people, the children think I'm old now. And of course, then the other people that are old, they think I'm young. Regardless of the effect, we have to keep this nation growing. And it's not going to continue to keep growing. It's going to continue to keep declining, what I see right now, if we that are older do not put real true values, a good value system into our youth. And so our young men are going to be field dressing this deer. Our young girls are going to be finishing, after they get finished quartering it, processing it, and putting it into our freezers. It's now getting cold enough outside, we can probably build us an outside freezer and stuff and actually save on electricity and just refrigerate a lot of our food here. But there's so much to be learned and so much to be desired. It's going to be an inconvenience for those of you who live a city life. I used to live in the city. I know it's hard for you to believe, but I used to live in the city. But you really, truly need to start making a mindset change. I'm not going to tell you Happy Thanksgiving because there's nothing happy about it. A lot of Americans, as we went down the road today, we saw homes with 10, 15 vehicles in front of it, and ignorantly and passionately they're celebrating the school curriculum, what the school curriculum in this country has crammed down their throat and told them a lie of a story. That the Pilgrims and the Europeans, and the Pilgrims and the Indians got together and had a nice little powwow. That is true. What they didn't tell you is that right after that they slaughtered over 700 Indians in this country. So this is a celebration of death, and you need to be reminded of it. This is a celebration of rape, rob, murder, and pillaging and stealing this country under the guise of deception, the same way that America was built upon. And no doubt the run of this country is just about over, and you can tell simply because our economic environment is collapsing right before our very eyes. So start making changes and start getting ready to preserve yourself, because third world status for this country is here. I know that at times I may seem like I'm pessimistic when it comes to making these videos, but I assure you that I'm not trying to make these videos for gloom and doom purposes. I'm trying to make these videos to do what I can, my part, where I have a little bit of knowledge, not much, but just a little bit, to help stimulate the thought, the conscience, and the mind of a working mind people, so that they can preserve and protect themselves, because you're definitely not going to be able to depend on your government to do it yourself. Y'all have a good day. Y'all have a good day, and hopefully you'll do something productive for you and your family.